Hey everybody, guess what? Chicken strips done. Look how delicious. Does that not look like the crispy KFC chicken or the Popeyes chicken? And it's all so healthy for us. But one thing that I didn't get to tell you previously was that I had to spray the top of it down with the coconut oil that I had. You just spray a little bit on the top and it makes it just be extra crispy as it cooks. So anyway, I also have finished our potatoes. They are done. They're not smashed yet. But the trick of it is, girls out there, boys out there, if you're, you know, wanting to learn the basics of cooking potatoes, as soon as you drain them, there's still moisture inside there and you want to get that off. You just put them underneath a low heat for just about probably 5-10 minutes and it draws all that out. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. And next, okay. I have to step away, guys, because this is a fun fact moment.
This is the cringiest moment.
I have to step away.
We don't know how to do sound effects. So that right there, that was all from the app. Anyways, fun fact of the day. Did you know that chickens, listen to this. So chickens are actually kin to dinosaurs. The Tyrannosaurus Rex, or whatever you call them. I don't like talking, so.
It's a true fact.
It is a true fact, but I get nervous in front of cameras, so.
Oh,
cringy moments.
You shouldn't. But another fun fact is, did you know that salt back in the day was currency?
Yep.
It was used as currency. They would trade. And
hopefully you learned that in like your second grade or third grade
I
class.
just think that's so interesting. So anyway, thank you for the fun fact. Can I get a high five? Thank you,
No,
love
I'll get a
bug.
kiss.
Okay.
Ah,
So,
lipstick.
I'm gonna he'll get over it. So anyway, we've got this done. We've got our low-fat corn, which we are gonna add very little butter. I'm gonna say what we have is a 12-ounce, if you notice, Kroger brand, because I am frugal. I was born poor. I keep saying it over and over, but you know what? It's the best blessing I've ever had in my life, and I'm so proud of it.
Hey,
so I just
sorry to do this, but when do you want me to do the taste test? Because actually, we're gonna do a taste test. So tell me when you want to do the taste test.
When I make your plate, and then we will. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we're gonna stick this just in the microwave. And do you see the amount of butter? That's 12 ounces of corn. Oh, let's do some salt and pepper. We gotta have some taste. Remember, I do love salt. We're not gonna overdo it. A little bit of kosher salt. Remember, it was currency at one time. That's crazy. And then black pepper. I'm kind of a black pepper fan, so we all are. I'm gonna add just a little bit more. So we're gonna put this in the microwave for about 2 minutes, and then we'll stir, and then we'll do it 2 minutes again, because it was frozen. So let's put that in there. 2 minutes. So now let's go ahead and let's do our mashed potatoes. So for 4 potatoes, remember, I think I told you before. If I didn't, just remember, young girls out there cooking that's just learning. Maybe you're a newlywed and you just you don't know how to kind of make enough, or you making too much. Remember, 1 potato per person. But there may be one that wants a little more potato. So I always add an extra potato. So for 3 of us in our family right now, I'm using 4 potatoes. So let's put our butter in. And these are healthy now. Healthy. Remember. So for all these potatoes, I'm going to put about a tablespoon of butter. Then I'm going to put, instead of milk, I'm going to put some chicken broth. And guys, you don't miss the fat. You really don't. I mean, it's so delicious. So you just add a little bit of that. Make it good and creamy. And a lot of people, you can use a mixer if you like it really, 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 or like one of those, oh, it's a thing that, you know, it's like you put your potato in it and it makes those little bitty crinkly little deals. I don't have one of those. So anyway, I was born with the old-fashioned method. So this is what I use. And you just go to town mashing, get your aggressions out, use your muscle, just get it all in there. And I kind of like a few pieces of my potatoes to kind of be larger pieces. But again, we're not going to use much salt because remember, we use chicken broth. We'll pour the rest of the chicken broth in, which is a perfect amount. They're going to be creamy. Little bit of salt, not too much. A lot of black pepper, because it's important. And I'll tell you a story too, y'all. When I was younger, I always talked about being poor, but it was the greatest lesson in life. But I had a daddy who, my main memories of him was me walking in the room and him having his Bible in his lap, reading his Bible. And we were there at church every time the doors were open. And I was really upset one day. And I walked in and I was like, Daddy, I was probably maybe 9. It's whenever, you know, everybody is getting to the age where you had really name brand clothes and stuff like that. And anyway, I walked in and I had a girl that day. Won't say any names. I'm sure she knows who she is. But it was a guest shirt. And it was a fake guest shirt. But she ran down the hall and she got on the back of my shirt and she opened up where the tag was and she said, told y'all, down the hall of the whole entire school, told y'all it's fake, it's not real guests. And that hurt my feelings so bad. I just remember being so crushed. So I asked my daddy when I got home, I said, Daddy, why do we not have things? Why can't you go get a job at, like, you know, one of these big industries? Or why can't, you know, we just have money? And he told me, and it's this one lesson that I learned in life that I will never ever forget, and I'll take it to me to my grave, and I share it with my children. But the thing is, it was the experience. So he got down on my little level, my little child level, and he said, Krick, you know what? He said, their daddies, they're probably in debt. They're probably not really rich. They probably are in debt up to their ears. And they don't go to church. They go to bars and stuff like that. And he said, so they may be rich like some of them with money, but we are so rich in love because our house is built on the foundation of God. So we're the richest people in town. And that's the kind of daddy I had. So see, that's why I love where I came from, my roots. And I'll never forget it. And I had a tree that I played in every day of my life. That was my playground. That's what we did back then. I escaped to get away from my mean brothers and sisters. And I would go up to that tree and I'd play and play and play. And I would just completely, there's our taters. How about that? We're fixing to have a taste test. But I do have to make the gravy. But just a few days ago, my sister sent me a picture of my tree. And it was burning. It had finally fell over. So it broke my heart, and I told her, I said, I want a piece of the tree, no matter what, because it was that sentimental to me. But let's start on the gravy now. So I'm going to just pause it real quick, and we'll get back to you. Hey everybody, I'm back. So now we're getting ready for southern gravy. This is real southern gravy, but this is actually not real southern gravy because it is extremely low in fat. We're using 1% milk, but I'm telling you, you can get the flavor without having to use all the, like we would normally use, like bacon grease or lard or Crisco, butter flavored, whatever, which is so good. But we're gonna put about 1/4 of a cup of coconut oil, which is a good fat that your body needs. So let's add that in. And then we're gonna put about 1/4 of a cup of flour. And people get so intimidated with like making gravy, and it's easy peasy. I mean, it's cake. So you don't have to be scared of it. That's why I want you girls out there to just venture out, do your thing, and show off your cooking skills and get it done. And get compliments later. So I'm going to eyeball it, and I'm going to pour just about 1/4. Maybe a smidgen more, but just watch this. Put that in there. Let me grab my little handy dandy, whatever it is. Bear with me. I'll be there. Okay, this is all I have. So, can't find my handy dandy whisk, so we're going to use this right here. So the important thing when you're making gravy is you absolutely have to cook the flour for at least 3 minutes, 4 minutes if possible, because you got to cook that rawness of the flour out. That's the trick. And what I always do, I've got a little bit of the little drippings of the chicken, some of the pieces off of it, put in there. So we're going to let that cook a little bit, and then we're going to add our salt, kosher salt. This is what I prefer. And with Southern gravy, Southern girls and Southern boys love our pepper. So we got to have a lot of pepper in there. I never understood, you know why. Oh, and I do have to tell you this. This skillet that I'm cooking out of has a very special meaning. It belongs to our grandma. Her name was Juanita, also Indian, who raised several children. So just imagine how many meals and just what it makes me feel like to know that I'm using the same skillet that she used to make her famous fried chicken fried steak, all of that for my father-in-law and his sisters, and just, you know, just wonderful memories. And I got the honor and the blessing to just get to have one of these skillets, so it means so much. So every time I cook out of this skillet, I feel her around me. It's crazy. So now we add the milk. We're going to add about 2 cups of milk. And remember, we added about 1/4 of a cup of flour. And to me, it doesn't matter if it's self-rising or if it's just regular all-purpose, because self-rising is going to do probably even better than the other. And the trick is you just want to stir. It doesn't take much patience. You just have to be patient. But it's already looking so good. Okay, so as it cooks, you don't have to stir continuously like everybody. That's kind of a myth. You don't have to sit there and just constantly go, go, go. You can always check on other food, but you do want to keep your eye on it. So there is our corn. Guys, look at that. Looks delicious. Don't know if you can see it. Check that out. Put it back in. Remember what I said, 2 more minutes. Go back to our gravy. Stir and stir and stir. So see, all of these Southern recipes that I've learned to cook, you can make them healthy. It doesn't always have to be bad. But I like to do this every once in a while for my family, just because I just want us to be healthy. And you can do the same thing for your family. And you young girls out there, especially you young girls that are just married, my little Lulu, my niece, who I'm sure is a great, awesome cook. But it just makes your husband so happy when they come home and there's such a good meal like this. And they're also from Oklahoma. Generation after generation of my family, my husband's family, we're all bred in Oklahoma. But I'll tell you what, we live here now, and this is the greatest state besides Oklahoma in the entire world. I love this state of Texas. It's one of my most favorite places that I've ever lived in, and I just love it. The people are wonderful. I've made such great friends, and my husband loves his work, and it's just an awesome place. But don't get me wrong, Oklahoma is beautiful. So if you ever get the chance to go arrowhead hunting, because they're still out there. My grandmother used to do it when she was a little girl. So this gravy is going. It's getting thicker. It's almost done. My son literally is waiting, sitting in my kitchen floor for the taste test. So he's patiently waiting.
Pop goes the weasel.
See? He's an entertainer.
Sorry for making you nervous, Mom.
You're not making me nervous. If anything, he keeps me young.
Because she is so beautiful.
See how sweet he is to me?
My mom's a little sexual, but
Thank you. Very sweet. He likes to joke around a lot. He swears he's going to be Jimmy Fallon someday. So if he ever gets to meet Jimmy Fallon,
I may not be him because that's not physically possible.
But you want to strive to be like him.
Yeah.
His goal in life is to make people happy
and laugh. I might be an actor. I don't know why. I want to be an actor.
And I always tell them, and you always tell your kids too, it'll happen if you believe it. Because you can do anything. That's what my daddy always told me. You can be anything that you set your mind to. And when I was little and I was in that tree that I told you that fell, I always played like I was cooking. It was like a bean tree, and it had these beans that hung off of it, and they were my cooking utensils. And I would I would pretend like I was cooking for my children, waiting for my husband to get home, and you know, I enjoy like the whole, and I admire people that, you know, want to have women's rights and go work and stuff like that. But for me, this is what my Father in heaven meant for me to do, was to be a mama and a wife. And I have no regrets whatsoever. So this is about ready. It does take patience, but it's totally worth it. Our corn is now done, and our video is almost over. Ooh, hot plate, hot plate. Delicious. And my mother-in-law, Barb Weaver, taught me that when it starts to bubbling, when you start seeing that gravy bubbling, you know that it is pretty close to being done. So that's the sign that you need to watch for. And it's bubbling. Fixing to be done. So I'm going to go ahead and start plating our food for the taste test that little Mr. Man down there has been waiting on.
I'm literally laying on the floor. I'm laying on the floor, like down on the floor.
Waiting like a little puppy.
I'm like laying. I'm like this. I'm just like, oh, I'm so hungry. This is see
how it's kind
bubbling.
of a rolling boil. That's exactly what you want to see.
See, the thing about good cooking...
Look how thick that is.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
The thing about good cooking is you should always take your time. And when you take your time...
You're not making a mess, you're not cooking, or you don't know how.
Unless you're just like the master cook, and then you can't you do it like in 2 seconds, which is not possible.
Cal, would you like a dipping dish to dip your deal, or do you want me to put it on your chicken?
I don't really care. I just want a plate, and then I'm gonna try each one.
Okay.
Fun fact also. Oh wait, I just remembered it, but then I forgot.
And if you'll notice, the longer that the gravy sits, the thicker that it will get.
Oh wait, now I remember what I was gonna say. So the longer it takes, the better the cooking is. And the longer you let your family wait, the more hungry they'll be. And then when you're hungry, food is a lot more enjoying. Trust me. I've had my experiences.
True. He's a smart kid. Okay.
I'm like literally only 10 years old, so.
But yeah. He's an old soul. I've always told him.
I am a very old soul.
Okay. Taste test. Do you want some gravy on your potatoes?
Okay. I might be here for like 2 seconds to like blow it.
Okay. Look how thick that gravy got.
Okay, you already got me a plate.
Gravy on your mashed potatoes.
Yes, please. I don't like saying yes, ma'am, to my mom. I don't know why. It just doesn't feel right. I feel like she's like some sort of like she's not an important person, but I feel like she's like one of those like people like with jobs or something, like a teacher or something.
Okay, let's taste test.
Okay.
But it's hot. It's very hot.
Okay.
So I'm gonna stick it right here, and I'm gonna move you phone right here, so that we can get the magic moment.
Dude, look at my stomach.
Okay,
Look
go
at
for
it.
Cal. Look at the plate. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Look at that.
Have some?
Yes, you can, baby.
That's my dad. My dad.
Taste test. Go ahead.
Okay. So
They want to see your face.
all right. Piece of chicken.
How is it? The look on his face, I think, says it all. Taste your corn, please. Taste your corn and mashed taters. Not such big bites. Now he's going to go in for the corn.
It's so good. Okay, corn. Me personally, I love corn.
How is it?
Okay, so the chicken, first place so far. The corn, amazing.
Okay, mashed taters.
I love mashed potatoes.
Can you tell it's low fat?
Mhm.
You can?
Mhm.
I mean, does it taste low fat?
Yeah, it tastes different.
But it tastes good.
Yeah,
Can you tell
I'd
that
say so.
if you gave it...
So point at each food I point to. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Chicken, right there.
Yes.
First place.
Mm-hmm.
Mashed potatoes.
Yep.
Second place. This corn.
Third place.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, that is the end of our little cooking video. So from our kitchen, Krick's kitchen, to yours.
And you might see my dad later.
Yeah, and we just hope that you
We don't
enjoy
know.
cooking. I want everybody to learn the love of cooking and see just the greatness in it, because it's just the most relaxing thing in the world. Thank you so much. And I just want to ask you to please
Like, comment, share, and subscribe.
thank you so much for joining us. Bye, guys.